Hello, guys, and welcome back to another edition of the Camera64 podcast. I am your host, Alfonso Chavez, and as always, I'm coming to you from sunny San Antonio, Texas. Well, today, guys, this marks the beginning of my 2021, right? Yeah, 2021 restart of my YouTube channel Camera64 video, and I know that I have not posted videos or made videos in a very long time. It's very tough, to be quite honest, to get motivated, stay motivated, be consistent, to be here for you guys, to make these videos and talk shop. I, in general, do not like to talk too much camera stuff. I'm more interested in what you do with the camera, because I own a lot of cameras. I enjoy owning a lot of cameras. And to be quite honest, it's never kept me from ever doing anything that I wanted to do. I shoot on these old C100s, which a lot of people don't use anymore because they're outdated, along with my 5D Mark II, which many photographers, when they see me working with these, will say, "Sir, your camera is outdated." But guess what, guys? They still work. The camera still focuses. The pictures are still good. I work in a little bit of flash. And guys, I'm here to tell you, you do not need a new, fancy, expensive camera to get the job done. You just don't. I'm so tired of hearing that from other photographers. I'm so tired of seeing it on YouTube, always talking about the new camera. Well, guys, you don't need a new camera. You don't. And that's why kind of sales have dropped off. Although sales have picked up here towards the end of 2020, I'll give Canon that, and Sony too. But for the most part in the industry, guys, I mean, shoot, if you're shooting a 5D Mark IV, I've never owned a 5D Mark IV. I've never owned a 5D Mark III. I got one 1D Mark III that I have, which I still shoot. It's only 10 megapixels. I just did a quince with it 2 weeks ago. And guess what? The pictures were just fine. They were just fine at 1600. I didn't shoot 3200, but guess what? I did set up my lights with, I set up two Streetlight 360s with umbrellas on them, and I brought the ambient up, and guess what? 1600, the camera's fine. It's perfectly fine at 1600. The images were nice. I was using a Sigma 35 and also a Canon f4 24-105, and it was fine. I did the whole thing. Customers saw the pictures, they loved them. So what am I getting at? Guys, we don't need a new camera. Stop with the new camera stuff already. We don't need it. Now I love watching Tony and Chelsea, and I love watching Frono's photo, and I love the guys looking for his perfect camera. But to be quite honest, there's no such thing as a perfect camera. I love the dude, but there's no such thing as a perfect camera or a perfect photographer for that matter. And you're never going to have the perfect pictures. It is what it is, guys. I don't care what camera you have, you're going to miss focus on some. You're going to underexpose on some. You're going to overexpose on some. Because it's event photography. It's always changing. Everything is always changing. I'm a manual shooter. Even now, I still shoot manual at those events. Why? Because if I'm going to stop over, I want to drop it down and stop and keep shooting. And if the situation changes and I need to go 2 stops up, now I bring my shutter speed to the right settings. Get it done. So here's the thought, guys. Now, if you have a camera that you currently own, if you own a camera that was made in the last, I don't know, 10 years, starting with, let's say, for the Canon on the Rebel side, almost the very first EOS, which is the first camera I own was the XS, the Canon XS. If you have the Canon XS, or if you have the 1D Mark II, am I right? Yeah, 1D Mark II, or anything above that, anything after those two cameras, basically, guess what? You got a really good camera. There's no need to change cameras. What I will suggest is that you purchase some good lenses, because let's face it, lenses are what produces the image. The lenses are what project onto the sensor what it is that you're trying to photograph. So obviously, if you have good good lenses, you're gonna have a good projection, and in return, you're gonna have a good picture, no matter what camera is actually capturing that picture. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're a crop sensor shooter, keep being a crop sensor shooter if that's what you like. If you're a full frame shooter, then great. It's gonna be more expensive for you, but if that's what you want to do, go for it. But you honestly don't need any of that. You do not need any of that. You can actually, I mean, I've shot a wedding because I did my sister's wedding with and that XS, I had the 18 to 55 and the 55 to 250. And guess what? I did the wedding. It was okay. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't absolutely beautiful or artistic looking, but guess what? It took good pictures, and I used plenty of flash to compensate for the downfalls of the sensor. That's simple, right? Can it be any simpler, guys? It can't. I mean, it's just simple. So here's my deal for 2021. I am going to work on being more consistent. I'm going to try. No. Take that back. I am going to record at least 2 or 3 times a week and get these videos out. Now, they might not be good just because I got to get into the flow again. Not to say that any of my videos were exceptional at any point anyways, but getting into the rhythm of talking in front of a camera can be kind of difficult for some people, and myself included. Not so much the talking in front, but to get to that rhythm. It's kind of like driving. You get into a rhythm, and once you get into that rhythm, you're able to relax, sit back, and kind of go with the flow. That's where I need to get to. So in order to get there, I just got to keep putting stuff out. So if you feel that my videos kind of are crappy right now, then that's fine. Thanks for watching it. But I'm just going to keep putting it out so I can get more consistent, so I can get more reliable. I can get more relaxed with it all. That's the process. That's what I'm going to do in 2021. Now, I have not been able to photograph a lot of people this 2020, obviously, as many of you other photographers know by now. I missed out on a whole bunch of events, and I missed out on a whole bunch of money. And it was an unfortunate time for me because I had invested in some new gear right at the first of the year, thinking that, all right, I got some events that are going to have this gear paid off, hopefully by July, which is probably what would have happened. But here I am. We're 2021 now, and I'm still making payments for things that I know I would have had paid off already, as far as photography gear goes, things that I picked up. Because, it's something that you're always improving upon what you have, and then you use it for a couple of years, and then it's time to move up. Not necessarily move up, but get new variations to the gear that you already have. Like I said, I'm not a huge stickler for getting new. I very rarely get new cameras. Now, if I shop eBay a lot, and sometimes you come across gear that's, it looks brand new, and sometimes somebody may have bought a camera and not used it. Now, if I feel that I can put it to work, then I will definitely pick that up and use it, because I'm looking for the longevity. For me, it's no longer about, oh, I need the 6D. I need the R6 or I need the R5 to consider myself. I don't need nobody else to consider me professional, but I don't feel that I have to have that gear for other people to consider me to be professional or in any ways, because it's, like I said, the gear has nothing to do with the fact to whether I'm professional or not. So I'm to that point, and I'm glad that I am because I can buy older cameras and not think twice about it. I just read up reviews on cameras that I'm thinking about buying, and and that's the other good thing too. When you're buying old gear, you have really good reviews. You have long-term reviews, and that's one of the other advantages that I like about buying old gear. But enough about that, guys. I want to wrap this video up. I know it's been long, but it's something I want to get out there and let you guys see it. Let me know if you want to talk anything about photography. Let me know. I'm going to work my best to try and find somebody that wants to help me out, so I can record out in the field, which is really where I want to be. But in the meantime, temporarily, I am going to record these talking head type videos until I can get out there and shoot. Again, I have this 5D. This 5D, this particular one is for sale because I'm trying to get another camera that I want. This is a 5D Mark II. It has the 28 to 105, 3.5 to 4.5. The only drawback for this camera was through the viewfinder. It's got some kind of crud up in the prism, and I'm not sure how it got there. The camera, it was already there when I bought it, but the camera is still great. It's still good. If you want to take me up on that offer, $350, I may consider a deal if somebody contacts me. But till next time, guys, I want you guys to keep shooting. I want you to stop thinking about the gear. It's just a tool, guys. Get out there, create. Get creative with lights. Get creative with anything. Anything you find in the backyard. Find your neighbor. Find your sister. Find your uncle, your aunt. I mean, there's plenty of photo opportunities. There's no excuse for you not taking pictures on a consistent basis, guys. So get out there, shoot, have fun. This is 2021. It's time for us to break out of 2020. I know the coronavirus is out there, but guys, we need to stay safe, but we still need to get out there and start doing stuff, guys. So till next time, I've been your host, Alfonso Chavez. You've been watching the Camera64 podcast. And as always, we are coming to you from sunny San Antonio, Texas. Hopefully I'll see you out there, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.